Now we move up to 105 pounds. 105, Rick Brzezinski and Doug Keys. Brzezinski, a returning champion from Section 11. And Doug Keys out of Port Jervis High School, a famous wrestling high school in New York State. And this should be a good match, Doug.
Rick Brzezinski was a 91-pound champion last year, and he went up to 105 this year, but he's very tall, as
Looks
you can
about
see.
6'3". Oh, and he is in fast on Keys. Well, he's got a great deal of height advantage over Doug Keys. Keys is a senior. Brzezinski's only a junior. Brzezinski on the bottom now. No points awarded yet. He's in the darker blue uniform. Keys on top, in a little bit of trouble trying to get away.
There should be a reversal there.
He hasn't given any points yet for a reversal. It's 2-0. They go out of bounds. So Keys is, I believe, Keys is ahead, 2-1.
Gave Keys a takedown, and he gave Brzezinski the escape.
Escape as they went out, yeah. Keys with his back to you there. Now trying to make the move on Brzezinski. Brzezinski controls the arm, try to roll through with it. He's got that height. He's got that height, which really gives him an advantage in that type of a move. But Keys is now on top and working on Brzezinski. Brzezinski out of West Islip High School, 33-0 this year, career 85-6-2. And Keys trying to really take his time and work on the top. He got the head. He's got the leg in. Now he's got two legs in. Yeah.
He's got the legs on what normally you can't do with a taller kid, he was able to do. He's got the legs in on Brzezinski.
And as so often happens when they throw legs, you end up in a stalemate. And that's what happened just there, as the official Tom Hart in this particular match was assisted by Norm Thomas. It was Hart who came in and said stalemate, and it was a good call. Either wrestler could advance the position, but as we said, when you throw legs, Doug, it seems you end up with that type of a call quite a bit.
Let's see what Rich is going to do on the whistle here. He's so tall, I would think that he'd try to do some type of stand-up.
He did try to stand up. Keys tried a tight waist. Got to hook him over with his left arm, but that's tough to control a man that tall. But he's doing a good job. Doug Keys is on Brzezinski, the returning state champ. And he threw Brzezinski over, doesn't have any points yet. Going to try to stack him up. But Brzezinski rolls through that, Doug. Keys had him for a second. But there will be no change in the score. Now we're going to start the second period of this 105-pound match. 4-1 is the score. Doug Keys from Port Jervis, a senior. Probably would be considered the underdog, Doug.
Well, especially since Rich is a returning champion, I would think so, but he's doing an excellent job. He's certainly not going to let that affect him.
Either the reputation or the height, because there's a tremendous height advantage, as you'll be able to see as they go out of bounds. And Brzezinski got hurt.
Keys came right down on top of him. He moved him over on that. Came right on top of him. I'm not sure. I think he landed on his head. You could almost hear a little grunt as he went down.
I don't think there was no call for an illegal hold or slam or anything, so I don't think that will be a factor. Brzezinski is going to get a reaction time to see exactly what happened. But as soon as he hit, as we look at Doug Keys, as soon as he hit, he ripped that headgear off and grabbed his head. So these mats are pretty good pieces of padding, but these guys really generate some force, and Brzezinski came down, hit his head.
I think he'll be okay. Doug Keys getting information from his coaches, telling him what he's got to do and what he hasn't got to do.
1:48 left in this second period. And Keys tries to roll Brzezinski.
He's trying to use his hips, and I'm surprised because Brzezinski is so much taller, and sometimes it's difficult to use that momentum.
He brought Keys right down. He's got the half in, had the half in from the time Keys stood up, and he brought him down. Thought he could control him and put him right on his back, but Keys once again escapes without giving up any points. 1:28 left, and Keys looking very calm. Doug, he doesn't look. He's on the bottom now, looking. There he is. Looks very, very calm.
Looks like he's just ready to wrestle. This is my turn. I'll get something here when I need it.
Doing what he has been practicing for since the last 4 months. Looks like he may get one. He doesn't get anything, but a nice move by Keys. Knocked our mic over.
I think he kind of came down again. That's the second time he's come down.
I think you're right, absolutely right. He came down in the same position.
He never lost control.
Keys thought he was going to get another timeout. Went over to see if he could get some more information. I'm impressed so far with Keys, doing a good job against a man who has got a lot of experience. We said Brzezinski's returning state champ. Last year at 91 pounds, now moved up to 105.
Of course, Keys has 111 wins and only 9 losses, so
that's true.
He's got his experience also.
That's right. And, of course, by the time you're a senior, you've really matured physically and mentally. And right now, Brzezinski looks to be in pretty good position. Under a minute left, 58. Keys in a bit of trouble. But he's able to get his leg out, really controlling the body, and they go out of bounds.
Brzezinski's still on top. He's controlling him, but it seems like at any minute something big could happen.
That's right, yeah. Looks like he's not going to be able to do anything, and then you think he's just going to explode and he's going to put Keys on his back. But he hasn't been able to do it. Now he's going to go legs, which he does with the half.
Tilt here.
Yeah, he's trying to tilt him and see if he can pick up some quick back points. Nothing. Now you can see the difference in the length of the bodies there as Brzezinski's on top. Much taller than Keys, and as we said, a little bit of leverage and really able to drape himself over the body and control him. But Keys, nice job. He does a nice job of rolling and controlling.
Brzezinski's got to get, I can't say got it, but he's got to. He should get some back points here.
Doesn't look like he's going to get anything as we're down to, well, first of all, we're going to have a stalemate called, but we're down to 11 seconds here. In this second period, Brzezinski's still down by a score of 4-1 and not able to really do much of anything to Doug Keys in terms of putting him in trouble. Keys up, trying to control the hands.
And the hand control is so important.
Down to the mat, but no points as the second period ends, and Doug Keys out of Port Jervis still on top over Rick Brzezinski by a score of 4-1. All right, now we're all set. Begin this third and final period, Doug. What about Brzezinski? He's on the bottom. He's in a good position to score.
In that first period, after Keys got his takedown, Brzezinski didn't seem to be able to do anything, to get out. He was always in control.
Similar styles. Keys went right to go legs also, and no real explosion. He's just going to try to hold him down, and he has done such a good job of that in controlling and really holding on to that 4-1 lead. He's got that hand 2-on-1. Now he drops it, has the tight waist. Going to try to tilt him up.
Try again, come through the crotch with it, grab that hand.
Fans getting a little restless. Brzezinski makes a move now.
He's got to come up. He's got to get his hips underneath and get his head up.
He may come up with two. Keys very workmanlike out there.
He's hanging onto those ankles so he can't get control.
Keys, nice job of getting out of trouble, and now he's got Brzezinski in trouble as they go out of bounds again. Doug Keys, very impressive.
Did a real nice job. He could have been in a lot of trouble there because Brzezinski was underneath him, had him up in the air, but when he came down, he got control and kept control.
You know, I've been coming to these states for a long time, and I always like to look at the faces, and you can tell when somebody starts to worry and panic. And you look at Keys, and there's nothing there. It's just like this is another day on the assembly line, and he's just doing his job. He's got about 1 minute and 5 seconds or so left to control Rick Brzezinski. You'd have to believe that he can't just protect this 4-1 lead, but he's doing the same thing. Got the hooks, going to try to throw the legs.
The thing is you gotta, as long as you're working for a pinning combination, you're all set.
We're under a minute now, 58 seconds. I heard his coaches yelling to Doug Keys, watch the Peterson, because Brzezinski's in a good place to throw it.
He's got it hooked if he can get him turned on it.
Once again, Keys is fighting. Oh, he might have made a mistake there.
He's got it.
Peterson, yes.
He's going to get 2 more points out of it. I think he got 2 and 2. Now Keys has got to get out.
Yes, he does.
He got 2 back points. We'll probably have a stalemate here. Referee Tommy Hart calling a stalemate on that because neither wrestler was going to be able to officiate.
27 seconds, 26 seconds. 26 seconds, score 5-4 now. Keys is in the lead. He's on the bottom. 4-4 the score is, I believe. We've got 2 different scores. We'll see what happens. Keys is up and down.
It's 5. The score is 5-4.
5-4, right. And they've got it now. It was right. It was Brzezinski's in charge here in terms of score. He gets 2. Keys gets 2. 10 seconds left. And they go out of bounds.
Got the reversal, too. There's only 11 seconds left.
What a match. Doug Keys. Now there's going to be a discussion. Tom Hart and Norm Thomas. There's going to be a little discussion. We may see a change in the score. Right now they've got it 6-5 in favor of Doug Keys with 11 seconds left. Mr. Official.
Officials going over the table to find out what's going on. Anytime in states like this, if there's a question, the referee's got to find out what's going on.
Apparently there's been some problem with the clock also. We'll see what happens. We're not in a real good vantage point to see the clock.
The clock, it didn't start for several seconds. I don't know how long it was, but they didn't start the clock right away, and now they want to find out.
Fans really got into this match. They say there's 5 seconds left. Now they've stopped it at 4.
The score is 6-5.
Doug Keys. Good game. Good game. You're down by 1.
They knocked down a lot of time off the clock there. I don't know how they decided how much time had gone by. There's only 4 seconds left in the match.
Well, now they may change it again. They may change it to 5. We heard originally 5. They've got it listed at 4. Coach is complaining that it should be 5 seconds. And now we're going to get another timeout. This has been a great match. Doug Keys was in complete control until Brzezinski got that Peterson, got 2 reversal and got 2 back points, as you said, Doug. Put Keys in trouble, and Keys got a reversal, brought himself back, and then we had some problems with the clock. So Brzezinski came up with 4 points, giving him 5. Now they're changing the score.
Changing the score to 8-5.
This is confusing, to say the least. It's 8-5 in favor of Keys, and we have it as in wrestling.
I don't know when they got that score. I don't remember any points going out there.
Officials, Tom Hart and Norm Thomas. Tom Hart, the bigger man with 23 on his back, as we look at the crowd, they're going over to a table to discuss this. And confusion reigns supreme at the 105-pound match. Doug Keys or Port Jervis.
I'm not sure where I saw those other points either.
I've been trying to recap it, and I can't come up with it either. So
I come out 6-5 every time.
Well, that's what I said. Brzezinski had 1, came up with 4. There was the 5. And Keys then reversed him and had 4. I thought it was 6-5. No, they've changed it back to our score, Doug.
I don't see how they could have been any other different way.
I didn't know where that came from. But now let's see if they got the clock right. There's 4 seconds left now. They've decided on 4.
There's one move this coach has been telling them to do. I don't know, some type of roll or something. I'm not sure what it is. There it is.
No points. Doug Keys is going to win. What a match. Doug Keys defeats Rick Brzezinski, a good sport, in a very controversial match. So Doug Keys from Port Jervis, a 1-point decision over Rick Brzezinski, the state champ at 105 pounds.